Call the meeting to order, begin with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
All right, Wyatt.
Because I'm on this end, or confusing? I am here.
Cook.
Here.
Lawson.
Here.
Should we start about the cook?
I know.
And no, Gail, I'm not calling you for
You're
roll
like,
call, I'm sorry.
I was waiting
I know.
last meeting. Okay, we'll move on to, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, consent agenda, any questions? Okay, I will entertain a motion then to approve the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Right. Mayor's comments or accommodations, I just want to thank all city employees for the great work with all of the snow that we had. I know it took a toll on, street department, police department, everyone. I mean, in fact, even here at City Hall, and so thank you very much for everything that you guys did. It was a great job.
Make sure you guys tell all your guys too that thank you so much, because they did a wonderful job, so.
All right, committee reports and recommendations, Public Works.
Thanks,
I take
Gail.
it Jeff's covering that.
Yep, I got it. So we met January 10th here in Chamber Hall, 7 a.m. The first item we discussed was Nick's continuation for his degree. We discussed, he brought up to us about going to UNI rather than Upper Iowa to reduce some cost. He's a few hours away from his associate's degree, so the conversation went that he was thinking of going to UNI to complete his bachelor's degree. We discussed what that would help the city, things like that. Public administration or business administration is always looking to finish with. So we talked about reimbursement. We approved from the committee to reimburse his tuition allowance. That's on tonight's agenda. The mapping, we had no real updates from Jake on the mapping. Hopefully next meeting we'll have a little bit more of that. Also on tonight's agenda, there was a new vehicle for the Public Works Department. We have a 2008 F-350 that the water department's having. Today, we look to repurpose that back to the streets department and buy a new F-150 for the water department. Just be a regular cab, that way at least we can get it into our hands quicker than waiting for an extended cab. That motion carried 4-0, so we're looking for that approval tonight from the council. We talked about bridge inspections. Jake presented what we needed to meet the state requirements for bridge inspections, so we're gonna be moving that inspection to ACOM from current, so we qualify for all the state, what they need from us. Chrissy presented to us the fiscal 2025 budget, 5-year budget plan that we looked at. We went through that, discussed it. It looked like everything was in line. We might have to pull back a little bit on the street overlays and do a little more patchwork, just so we're not overspending, but everything looked in line. And that motion carried 4-0 also, and we adjourned at 7:30.
Any questions for Jeff?
The one question I have is about the tuition reimbursement.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have, and I'm all for it, I think it's a great thing, but do we have that as a benefit in our administration packet, our
Yep.
employee handbook?
Yep, we do.
And it states that it has to apply to something that gainfully employs the city, and it's 100%?
Yep.
But is it based upon grades too?
Correct, yep, they
Okay.
have to maintain a 3.0 grade point average.
Okay,
And so then they also have to stay with the city for 6 years after the last
Or there's a-
disbursement, or they have to pay it back.
and it's based on years paid back, I'm assuming,
Yep, yep.
graduated or whatever? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I just was, I
Yeah.
thought we had discussed it
Yes,
at
I
one point,
used,
but
I used it
I
to
know
get my
you used
master's,
it, so, no, I appreciate it, so.
Any other? Okay, we'll move in and open the first public hearing. Public hearing to fill city council vacancy. Have we had any written? Comments?
The only one that we have is from Lori Sewell, who is interested in, filling the vacancy, but other than that, I have not gotten anything else.
Any verbal? Okay, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Second public hearing on the proposed designation of the 2024 Hudson Twin Oaks Apartments Urban Renewal Area. Any written
No.
comments or, okay, any verbal comments? Okay, we'll close that public hearing. Move on to the third public hearing for amendment of the annual budget for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2024. Any written comments?
No.
Okay. Any input? Okay, we'll close that public hearing. We'll move into general government. The Hudson City Council maintains the right to waive the first and second readings of the ordinances presented and may pass the third and final reading of the same ordinance within the same council meeting. Item A, discussion action to approve resolution 3163, a resolution making an appointment to fill the city council vacancy, and that would be Lori Sewell.
So moved.
Second
Discussion? Roll call.
Lawson,
Aye.
Cook,
it. Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Okay. Item B, discussion action to approve the third reading of ordinance 893, an ordinance amending the Hudson City Code 2017, Chapter 92, water rates, Section 92.02, rates for service.
So moved.
Second.
All those, roll call, I'm sorry.
Wyatt,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Starting to sound like George.
Item C, discussion action to approve the third reading of ordinance 894, an ordinance amending the Hudson City Code 2017, Chapter 99, sewer rate charges, Section 99.01, sewer service charges required. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second
Discussion? Roll call.
All right, Lawson,
Aye.
Cook,
it. Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Item D, discussion action to approve the second reading of ordinance 895, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Hudson, Iowa by adding Chapter 157 Plumbing Code. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
One thing I wanted to say about this, I know we talked about this a lot last meeting, but talking about it with more people over the last 2 weeks is, I do think, and I hope that everybody understands that this is, we've talked a lot about wanting to not make it harder for contractors to have to come to this town to get things done, but it also gives that extra level of people wanting to purchase a home in this community as well, that is being added into there. So I just wanted to make sure that that's out there as well, that we have to, I'm looking at it from that direction, but I also want to make sure that we're up to date with everything we're doing, so appreciate everybody that's put the work in on this.
Okay. Roll call.
Wyatt,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Item E, discussion action to approve the second reading of ordinance 896, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Hudson, Iowa by adding Chapter 158 Mechanical Code. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Wyatt,
Aye.
Cook,
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Item F, discussion action to approve the second reading of ordinance 898, an ordinance amending the Hudson City Code 2017, Chapter 166, ordinance, zoning ordinance establishment of zoning district, Section 166.11, R6, large lot residential district. And this is then to incorporate the R5.
Into the R6.
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
All right, Wyatt,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Okay. Item G, discussion action to approve resolution 3164, a resolution to declare necessity and establish an urban renewal, Twin Oaks Apartments urban renewal area. And like it said, it is to establish the new one that we took care of the old one last time, and this is to establish the new one then.
So moved.
Second
Discussion? Roll call.
All right, Lawson,
Aye.
Cook,
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Item H, discussion action to approve the first reading of ordinance 899, an ordinance providing for the division of taxes levied on taxable property in the 2024 Hudson Twin Oaks Apartments Urban Renewal Area pursuant to section 403.19 of the Code of Iowa. And this is again to establish the new urban renewal area.
I'll make the motion.
Second
Chrissy, there wasn't an attachment in the online one, is there an attachment that
is,
states this?
It is with the resolution
Is it on the first one?
3164. Yeah, it's
Okay.
all together, so I didn't add it.
Nope,
within.
that's fine, I just wanted to double check to
Yep.
make sure there's not one
I
missing.
think on the, on the agenda, it says see above resolution for the ordinance.
Oh, that would make sense, if I read the whole
Yep.
part down there?
Yeah,
Perfect.
sorry.
Got it, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, did we do roll call?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not roll
No,
call.
we didn't, so roll call.
Yep. Wyatt,
Aye.
Cook,
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Item I, discussion action to approve resolution 3165, a resolution setting a date of meeting at which it is proposed to approve a development agreement with Hudson Land Development LLC, including annual appropriation tax increment payments, and this would be for a public hearing on February 12th.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Lawson,
Aye.
Cook,
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Okay, item J, discussion action to approve resolution 3166, a resolution approving an amendment of the annual budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2024. And this is to, because we didn't allow for certain projects such as the crosswalk project downtown, Wood Street, and the low moderate
Mhm.
income projects.
Mhm.
So,
So moved.
Second.
any discussion? Roll call.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Okay, discussion action to approve resolution 3167, a resolution to approve the purchase of a vehicle for the Public Works Department. And this is what Jeff had talked about, reported about earlier. And so it'll be 41,000 for the vehicle and 2,500 then for the equipment.
Yep.
So moved.
Second
Discussion?
I like the fact, I appreciate the fact that you guys are looking for ways to cut costs with a 150 instead of a 350 if it's not necessarily needed.
So we're getting rid of a 350 out of the street department, and 3 years ago, we had talks in Public Works that we were gonna purchase a 350 for the sewer department, and then eventually we're looking at maybe getting a service truck for the sewer department. Nick doesn't feel he needs a service truck, so we're gonna take the 350 from the sewer department, move it to streets, and then the 150 will go to the sewer department.
Obviously with it being mostly in town, it's not getting a ton of miles on it.
Exactly, and what I had mentioned in our Public Works meeting too, is we're probably gonna get on a 10-year rotation. So that way, when we go to trade them off, they're worth something.
It's exactly what, that's what I tried to do with the police department too, that we've finally gotten into that rotation with it.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to keep our equipment nice and to keep it up to date,
Exactly.
but also not having to add things constantly or be in a rush.
Yeah.
That, oh, now something's broken down, so I appreciate
Because
the,
the last two vehicles we've gotten rid of have been run down till they're worthless.
yeah,
So-
and yeah, I appreciate the forward thinking on that, so thank you guys.
Roll call.
Lawson,
Aye.
Cook,
aye. Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
All right, item L, discussion action to approve resolution 3168, a resolution setting public hearing for bid letting for the Hudson City Hall finish upgrades Phase 1 project. And this will be for the work down at the community center and also here in the council chambers. And the bid letting is due, or the bids are due by February 12th, right?
Correct, yep.
Okay.
So moved.
Second
Discussion.
We talked to anybody about wanting them to put a bid in on this, or is
Um,
there a way we can submit to or ask local, especially local contractors, to
Yeah.
make sure they're aware of it?
Envision has reached out to all of the local,
Okay,
and has let them know that this is available.
okay,
Um,
especially if we've got the lolocal options here to be able to do stuff, I wanna
Yeah.
try to
Yep.
use as many
Yep.
local as we can, so.
Yeah, that was a big ask, or not a big ask, but that was a big push.
Portion of it?
Yeah.
Okay, appreciate that, thank you.
Any other discussion? Roll call. Lawson?
Aye.
Cook?
Aye.
Wyatt?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Okay. Item M, discussion action to approve resolution 3169, a resolution for approval of the storm sewer and PCC paving plan review for Marion Lane development. And this has already been to planning and zoning. And so, just wanted to, normally, it isn't done separately, but we wanted to go ahead and get some of this information out. Do I,
I'll make the motion to approve it.
Second.
any discussion?
Couple questions I have. It talks in here at one point about a shared path, but the paving isn't on that. Is that a second phase, do we know?
So the shared path would be in between the two streets, it'll be kind of a bike trail, bigger sidewalk,
Okay,
is what that is.
that's the portion that's on here, and the concrete, the paving's on here for that?
Yes, it should be.
I didn't see it, but that
Okay.
could be something I missed.
Yeah, and that's still in talks, it's not a for sure thing, but we've asked.
And this isn't final plat, this
No,
is just.
No, this is
everything.
just the paving and the storm sewer.
Okay, because obviously I would love to still see something showing an engineering of floods that have happened in the last, even 15 years, about where the points are, because lowering that trail obviously is a big point of contention with everybody that lives out there. Not that I think it's gonna, obviously our goal is not to hurt anybody's property, and I trust, but I'd still like to see that and make it public.
That is actually part of the grant application that we're doing for the wetlands and the oxbow restoration. We
And
have to do that.
Which will help with the flood.
Fantastic,
Yeah,
and then will it
mitigation.
also be, are we looking downstream further as well with that application as far as until we get out of city limits past Dale Drive?
Nope, it's just the Mosher property.
Okay. It would be nice if there's a way we could potentially look at that, and I understand the wetland oxbow is going to allow more water to come up, so it shouldn't hurt anything further downstream. But there's a lot of concern about flooding downstream right now, with a lot of those businesses that are down there that aren't getting any better. So if we can, especially if we're already doing it and there's a way we can combine some of those studies into saying, okay, I get that, right, here's what it's gonna do, what is it gonna do down here the next mile?
And hydrologist will kinda actually have that laid out, I believe, for our grant application.
Okay,
Yeah.
Because with the wetlands, kind of the plan as of now, obviously the oxbow will be opened back up, so in high rain events, that'll be able to come back and flood that oxbow, which will help some
Absolutely.
alleviate. And then the stormwater runoff is, the engineers are working on it, but those would go into wetlands to where most of that water would be slowly, very, very slowly filtering out.
Okay. I just wanna make sure we make this stuff as public as possible because of all of the
Yeah.
concern
Yeah,
that's
and right
around it.
now, it's not public because it is part of a grant application.
Absolutely.
And we don't have all of that information, but as soon as the grant application is
Submitted or approved or
submitted and
whatever.
approved and we get it, yeah, all of that stuff,
Okay.
it's always,
Obviously, before there's-
always public
Yeah,
record.
before there's a shovel in the ground, we wanna make sure that everybody's got their
Yeah.
voice out there to,
This will have to be done regardless of grants, though, right?
What?
All
the Oxbow project,
floodwater.
No,
if we, if
They'll
we,
have to have a grading plan, and anything that's affected the floodway or floodplain, all that has to be done by a hydrologist, reviewed by the DNR. They have to
When they-
submit all
when
the
they get
grading
to that
plans,
point.
yeah.
but it may not be the Oxbow wetland area that we're
Correct.
hoping to get into,
Right.
so. Still, there's obviously, I'm confident that this council will never approve something that's going to hurt somebody's property
No.
that's currently out there.
Well,
So we
and-
wanna
and it would have to
That's why I
go-
wanna make sure it's all done.
and that's why it goes to, planning and zoning
Sure.
as well, before, because all of that stuff gets looked at.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
at
so,
planning and zoning. And so the paving plan and the storm sewer plan were part of the preliminary plat. This is just so that it is out in the public and that, people are aware that, no, I did not send it to every, property owner, but it is part of the minutes, it's part of the council agenda, so I mean, this stuff is always public record,
So,
but at least
The
everything
project is
it-
progressing.
it's-
Nope,
it's
that's
reviewed.
perfect. Yeah, I just wanna make sure, like I said, make sure that I get everybody's voices out there too, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Roll call?
All right, Cook,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Okay, item N, discussion action to approve resolution 3170, a resolution for approval of tuition reimbursement for water sewer department employee Hudson, Iowa, and that is for Nick Stratton, which Jeff talked about earlier, so.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Wyatt,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 3-0.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to school.
There are 5 informational items in the packet. Reminder items, regularly scheduled meetings held at council chambers except for the library board. Public safety meeting, committee meeting, January 25th at 4 p.m. Public Works Committee meeting, February 14th at 7 a.m. Mayor's Task Force Committee meeting, February 20th at 5 p.m. Personnel Admin Finance Committee meeting, February 26th at 4:45. Next council meetings, February 12th and February 26th at 6 p.m. I will entertain a motion to enter closed session pursuant to Iowa Code Chapter 21.5H to avoid disclosure of specific law enforcement matters such as allowable tolerances or criteria for the selection, prosecution, or settlement of cases, which if disclosed would facilitate disregard of requirements imposed by law.
So moved.
Second.
Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we are out of closed session.
I'd make the motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second it.
Somebody second it
All those
already.
in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion